What's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down my trade where I made almost $2,700 within 5 minutes. The first thing I want you guys to notice on the charts today, we're on the 4-hour time frame here, and I want to break down exactly why I took this trade and why it took so long for me to actually take this trade, because I took it at 350 today. First thing I want you guys to bring your attention to is this previous high that we swept. Over here, we swept external range liquidity, meaning we would be going for internal range liquidity. And you could see we actually used that fair value gap and started to bounce, but failed to actually go for this high. Once we saw this fail to continue higher here and still continue down, that told me that there was a lot of bearish momentum in the markets and that we'd most likely continue lower. Now, if I drop down onto a 5-minute time frame, you guys could see we never went and revisited that previous high. So the fact that we left this untouched made me think that we would come back to it. But then once we saw this aggressive sell-off happen where we were just invalidating PD arrays, that's what flipped my bias from bullish to bearish. So throughout this entire day, I had taken a nice trade in the overnight session, making around $800. So today during the AM session, I didn't trade the morning as I joined the markets today around this time, lunchtime, to see what was happening, and we had made a move higher, flagged a little bit and consolidated, and then continued higher and started consolidating again. Usually the market will always consolidate before a large move up. As you can see, we would consolidate, then have a large move up. We would consolidate, and then next you would think we would go for this high and sweep it before making a move down, but we didn't, leaving this resting liquidity here. I think also because the liquidity was so obvious, it kind of deterred me from even taking longs in this area or even earlier before, because I just didn't feel comfortable holding with so many Fed speakers this week. So from there, you guys can see we had a huge move down where we invalidated numerous PD arrays, such as this fair value gap here, this one here, and basically sliced through all of them, creating BPRs. The fact that we continued down, ranged, and then continued back down, this showed me that the market was still bearish and that we were not looking for a move up. The fact that we would continue and go like this. So basically, I didn't see any trades that I could have taken here with a good risk to reward. So what I was looking for was at this 350 macro, right? The market usually manipulates before making a move lower. The first thing I was looking for was this order block here, where we had previously swept. So this is an order block and the market had retested it. So the fact that we were retesting this, I wanted to see us trade above the halfway point of this area, possibly even trade into this fair value gap. But mainly I was watching this order block for us to reject that, because this specific area on the footprint charts, we saw many buyers here, and this was an area of mean reversion, meaning that the sellers and buyers usually would battle at this price point. So if I drop onto a 1-minute time frame, what I want you guys to notice is that we have a little supply zone here that we were trading into. So not only did we have the 5-minute order block, we had and it was a mean reversion area, we were also going into a lower time frame supply zone. If I go onto the footprint charts here, what I want you guys to notice is look at the amount of action we saw here, right? There was, in this overall area, we had large buyers and sellers battling it out at these areas. So this is why I was watching this overall area for the market to actually reject when we got to that 350 time frame. Once we reached inside of it, you guys could see here's that little zone I drew out previously. Now what I want you guys to see is the amount of buyers stepping in on the market, causing this move up. You can see this large candle happened, then the next move was even smaller, and this was even smaller, leading me to believe that the buyers were slowly fizzling out and we would look for a reversal soon. What we saw here was large buyers step in and start to get absorbed, which you'll see didn't happen at the highs of this candle, meaning that this was a possible area for a reversal. And you start seeing heavy sellers step into the market into the end of the day. Here at 355, you could see how much volume we actually saw with all these buyers getting absorbed, big buy orders stepping in, and then us selling right through that area, causing me to hold my position. And then you could see eventually we did reject all the way back down to this area. So my trade, I entered around this area here at the highs of this candle for the most part, top ticked it, and then sold it right here for $2,700 profit. And this was around a 50-point move down, 3 to 4 minutes. We continued even lower than that, but I wanted to close my position before the market closed. And that was my trade. You can see here, this was where I originally took my position at 21.1425, right around here, which was basically the high of this candle, and then we held it all the way down to this area over here. Main thing I want you guys to learn from today's video is the amount of patience it required to actually make this $2,700. I waited the entire day to take a trade, and I took one trade and made $2,700. If you guys want my live alerts and you want to trade with me live for completely free, all you have to do is click the first link in the bio, and that's a 7-day free trial to my Discord. If you want to trade on my favorite futures firm, the one I'm currently trading on, where I made this $2,700, you can check the second link. Use code Shinobi on Alpha Futures. They only have a 40% consistency rule with 3 minimum days to trade, where most other firms have 8 to 10. And their payout cap is $15K, which is 3 times the amount of Top Step, and all other competitors have $1.2K to $2,000. Alpha Futures currently has the best rules for any futures trader. So if you're looking to get paid out from a reputable firm, make sure you check out Alpha Futures and use code Shinobi for the best discount they have available. If you guys enjoy these trade recaps, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe, because I'll be posting these every single day.